welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be sharing my IMATS haul. This should be a fairly quick video because I didn't get a ton of stuff, but I did want to talk a little bit about some of the brands that I purchased from. Now, if you watch my video where I talked about what I plan to buy at IMATS, you'll kind of have a little bit of a heads up of the things that I purchased. So I didn't actually get everything on my list that I talked about, and there were a few other extra things that I purchased that I didn't plan to buy or wasn't on my list, so it should still be somewhat interesting and a little bit of a surprise to you guys if you are interested to see what I got. Anyway, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So first I just want to get these two items out of the way because they are not necessarily beauty, well, they're beauty related, but they're not mega products. So I was really pulled in by the sweaters and clothing. I love anything that's kind of like makeup related clothing items, and I am like such a fan of hoodies and sweaters, especially like hoodie sweaters, and so I purchased this really loud, obnoxious, bright neon pink hoodie. I think the brand is AMA. There's not a tag in here, so I'll have everything linked below. I'm pretty sure I have the tag or card they gave me in another bag in my room, so have it linked below. But basically had a bunch of really cute neon shirts and neon sweaters and some crop tops and things like that. But I picked out the neon pink one that says "Don't touch my face." I'm really actually not that sassy about to have something so sassy on a sweater, but I really just love the color of this. They had like neon green, neon yellow, neon orange, but I really wanted a big fluffy pink sweater. And then the next sweater I purchased was kind of like an impulse buy. This was a booth that was kind of really close to the NBA Cosmetics booth where I was working at, and I thought they had really cute sweaters, and so I decided to purchase another pink one. This one's a little bit more of a dark pink one, not so obnoxious, and the front is actually plain. It's just a plain hoodie sweater, and the back of it is what I liked, and I think this is actually the brand's name. It's called We Glow Different, so that's actually what it says on the back. And this is actually a different kind of, I don't know why I keep saying actually, I sometimes forget words and how to use different ones. So anyways, this sweater material is very different than like your typical sweater material. Like this other one is a little bit more cotton and soft, whereas this one is kind of has this unique like stretchy material, and I was like, ooh, that's really interesting. That seems like it'd be really cozy to wear. So I decided to get it, and I'm kind of a little bit bummed because I decided to wear this on the day I traveled home because I wanted something cozy and warm to wear for my flights. I had two of them, and they're very long, and so I just wanted something, you know, big and cozy to wear. And somehow I managed to get a hole in this already. My husband had pointed out to me, right here there's a hole in it. So I have no idea when that happened. I don't think I was even around anything sharp enough to make a hole in my sweater. So I don't know if that has anything to do with like the quality of this, or if that was really just my bad. Somehow I managed to snag on something sharp. I don't recall being around anything sharp at all. But yeah, I ended up already getting a hole in it. I'm really bummed because this was an expensive sweater. So, I don't like that. I'm really disappointed by that, but it is a really cute, very cozy sweater. So I did get two sweaters, which seems excessive, but I usually live in sweaters in the morning. Even though it is warming up, I'm always cold. I don't know what it is. I'm always cold. So anyways, those were the two clothing items I picked up. So let's go ahead and move on. Most of everything I picked up actually fits in this small bag. Oh, and I actually just got done filming this makeup look, and everything on my face, well, not everything, but everything that I purchased at IMATS is on my face. I did a little haul in action. That's something new that I'm starting to do, is like when I haul products, I want to do a video of like the products in action. I won't always do it beforehand like I did today. I just wanted to do this one today to try out the products, and so you guys can see them on my face as I was talking about them, and I was just really excited to try out these products right away. But I think anytime I do manage to have some kind of haul of sorts, I want to do another video in the future showing the haul in action and things like that. So pretty much I'll let you know what's on my face, and that video is going to go up and it'll be live after this video. So if you're curious to see how these products apply and things like that, you can watch that video. Now, out. That video is going to be more of a chit chat, get ready with me, because I wanted to do my makeup and then talk all about my experience at IMATS. I had a really great time this year, and so I talk all about my experience in that video while I'm doing my makeup using the products that I purchased at IMATS. So if you want to see all these products that I'm going to mention today in action, as well as hear about my experience at IMATS, stay tuned. That video is coming up next. But with that, let's go ahead and get into the rest of the products that I got. Now, I'm going to kind of get some of the more boring stuff out of the way. I did, and I mentioned this in my what I plan to buy at IMATS video, say I was going to pick up some more of the RCMA No Color Powder because I knew they were going to be there at IMATS, and I had just recently run out of this. I really love this powder and I wanted to have more of it. As well, I was curious to check out their booth to see what other products they had, if there was anything interesting that I felt like I might want or need. And there really wasn't. I think RCMA is more of a like for makeup artists and things like that, so there wasn't really anything that truly interested me or anything else that I felt like I really wanted or needed from their booth. So I just went ahead and grabbed the No Color Powder, and that was that. The next thing I wanted to show you is a lipstick that I picked up at IMATS, and I want to mention this one of the first things here in this video because it's one of the very last things I mentioned in my, haul in action video. But I share a lot about this brand and their story and the women who run this brand and started this brand, and I know that's going to be it's going to be a long video, so I want to make sure that you guys, stay tuned to the very end, hear all about the girls behind Indigo Cosmetics, because I think they're a brand you should definitely support and check out. I really adore them, made some really awesome connections with them, and so I really hope you guys would check them out. But anyways, it's just funny because you guys may know me well enough to know that I am not big on lipsticks, so it felt really crazy for me to even buy a lipstick, but I just really wanted to support them, so I went ahead and purchased, and that's what I have on today, with the addition of a lip gloss on top, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But they have liquid lipsticks, liquid matte lipsticks, and then bullet lipsticks. So I picked out one of their bullet lipsticks, and this is the shade Cocoa Teddy. Now the gloss I put on top of it is a little bit sheer with a little bit of shimmer to it, so basically the color you're seeing is the kind of true to color to this actual shade. It's just like this kind of rich reddy brown, so that's what it is. And so anyways, I wanted to mention them because I really want you guys to check them out. I will have all the brands and everything linked in the description box, but definitely stay tuned to my next video to hear about their story. All right, and then something I don't actually have with me, but I did purchase while I was at IMATS. I did go ahead and stop by the Lime Crime booth because I mentioned that I wanted to try their wet cherry lip glosses, and the one I wanted, which was actually just the clear one. There were other shades that I thought about getting, but really when it came down to it, the clear one was what I wanted the most and what I felt like I'd get the most use out of. So I wanted to purchase that, but it turns out they were actually sold out of that lip gloss, and I went to their booth the very first day, and I was like, are you serious? You sold out on the first day? And so I was kind of bummed, but the girl running the booth was so sweet to me, and she's like, you know what though, let me check and see if it's still available online, and if you want, I can just order it for you here with the same discount, because at IMATS you get a discount, and just have it shipped directly to your house, free shipping and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you so much. So it did happen to be in stock online, which is actually, I guess, kind of a miracle, because she said they've been sold out online even for the longest time. So anyways, that's what I picked up, is she sent me with some stickers and a cute little keychain. So anyways, I thought that was really sweet, and I love when brands and booths will kind of go above and beyond to, for good customer service. So I thought that was really cool, and I want to mention that. So next up, I have a few products from a brand called Delu Cosmetics. Now this was a brand, I talk about this in my haul in action video for this look, that this brand was sharing a booth with Eva Jane of the Makeup Bullet, the finger sponge you guys always see me using. So I went over there and I got to meet Eva Jane, and I talk about that in my other video, so I won't go into detail about that now, but I mentioned that she was sharing a booth with another brand, Delu Cosmetics, and that I thought they had a really cool story. I didn't mention the story in that video, so I figured I'd mention it in this video because she has a really cool story. So the owner, her name is Carmine. Here's what she looks like. I'm going to link her website in the About Me page in the description box, but I guess she's a fairly, I think, new brand. I feel like she's been around for maybe a couple of years. She said, I said, so how, because I was just curious to know, like, okay, so how, you get started with your brand. And she said she used to be, if I'm remembering correctly, I have the worst memory, a dental hygienist, and her boss, like, did makeup or was doing makeup or wanted to like get into teaching makeup, because they would do like before and after photos for like teeth transformations, and so they would actually do makeup on the clients and stuff for their before and after photos. And so part of like her training and stuff included like makeup artistry classes and things like that, as far as I remember. I hope I'm not butchering her story, but I was like, how fascinating, because when she said she used to be a dental hygienist, I'm like, how does that correlate? How did you go from that to now having your own brand? So it was really cool to kind of hear her story. She was really, really sweet. And what I loved about it, she told me about her brand. It's Delu Cosmetics, D-L-U, and it's what she said it stands for is Divine Light, which, oh gosh, it makes me teary-eyed thinking about it, because I think it's so cool. She is a Christian woman, and as you guys know, I am a Christian too, so it's really cool to connect with other Christian brands and artists and things like that. And basically, like in Spanish, I believe it's luz. I'm Mexican, but I don't speak Spanish, so I feel like I butcher Spanish words all the time, but I'm pretty sure it's in here of her about herself and the brand. She said, Delu is Carmine's personal abbreviation for divine light. The D in Delu stands for divine. Lu stands for luz, which means light in Spanish. The inspiration for the name Delu came from Carmine while meditating on God's proclamation that we are carriers of his light within us. And I just, I love that so much. I thought it was really, really cool that that's where she went with her brand. As you guys know, I go by the name Agape Love Girl, because agape, you guys may not know the meaning behind it. Some of you guys do. Some people reach out and ask me, but agape is a Greek word for a form of love. There's different kinds of love, like brotherly love and a physical love, but agape love is known as unconditional love, and it's the kind of love that God has for us. And so while it can be maybe impossible for us humans to really truly know and understand and have unconditional love, I chose that as a reminder for myself to try my best to show that kind of love to others, to be a light to others, to be encouraging to others, to show God's love to others. So that's a big passion of mine, even though yes, I do makeup and beauty, and you think, how does that relate to like your faith and stuff like that? It's really just like makeup and stuff is a part of a passion of mine, but just because it is doesn't mean I can't show God's love to others through it, if that makes sense. So I kind of love that her brand is very similar in that aspect. So I'm sorry I'm kind of trailing off, but I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted to share a little bit more about her brand. And also I think it's really cool because I feel like we kind of share a similar vision, in that like I want to be an encouragement to others for to just love themselves as they are and to feel beautiful. And yes, while I wear makeup, some can look at it as like covering up yourself and hiding your true beauty, but I don't see it as that. Makeup is just an art form to me. I truly believe everybody is beautiful, with or without makeup, but makeup is just a fun way to kind of enhance your natural beauty, and it's fun. It makes you feel good and confident, and she feels kind of like the same way. So I'm just going to read a little bit about what her about page says, just so you guys can kind of get the gist of how she feels and what she desires for her brand. So she says, Carmine really enjoys sharing her gift of makeup artistry as a form of ministry to help women regain their confidence, realize their self-worth, and embrace their God-given beauty. So I just think that's really, really cool, and I feel like it's totally on the same wavelength that I am with how I hope that my channel and my YouTube presence comes across. I don't know if I've ever really said that out loud, but that is my hope. And I know that I have had people reach out to me and say that, thank you, you've been such an encouragement to me, and you're really uplifting and things like that. And so I love that. And so when I came across her brand and meeting her along with Eva Jane, who I just adore, I just thought it was really cool, and I couldn't help but purchase a few things from her brand and show her some support and love. So it's kind of funny though. Unfortunately, I think one of the products may not really work for me. I thought it would, but you guys will see in in the next video how that goes down. I may still be able to use it, but I think I'm gonna have to use it very differently and very light-handedly. But anyways, here's the couple things that I purchased. I did purchase a bronzer from her. This is the shade Terracotta. The packaging is really, really luxe. I do think this is kind of a little bit more of an expensive brand. I got a discount at the booth and things like that, but anyways, it is a very, like, it's very sturdy packaging, very hard plastic. The thing clasp, you do get a mirror in here, and then this is the bronzer. I'm a sucker for bronzer. I think I've said that several times on my channel. I love bronzer, and this one just looks so pretty. But I think it's so pigmented. It's way more pigmented than I thought, but it's actually a little bit too orange on me. Like when I put it on, I kind of look like an Oompa Loompa, and it kind of surprised me because normally orangey bronzers are fine on me, but this is like really pretty orange on me, and I was able to tone it down a little bit, but oh my goodness, the pigmentation is insane. So you really just need a light hand, which is kind of cool because even though this is a little bit more expensive, a little bit's gonna go a long way. So I went pretty ham. I went pretty heavy-handed with it, and it blew me away. So I was like, wow, okay. So I gotta figure out how to use this a little bit differently. I'm gonna keep playing around with it, but you guys will see in the next video like how pigmented it was. Now the next thing I purchased was one of her blushes. This is the shade Saffron. And it's a little bit smaller, but again, same packaging, very sturdy. Again, this also has a little mirror in it, and this is, oh my god, so pigmented as well. I lightened it up a little bit too, but when I first put it on, I was like, oh my gosh, it was so just the pigment was like insane. Okay, now the swatch is gonna look bad. That's probably why I didn't realize it was gonna be so pigmented, because I swatched them and I'm like, oh, you know, those are really nice. They feel really creamy and really pretty, but they apply with a brush like insane. You guys will just see. Just wait and see. It's totally crazy. I totally do not need a new blush or a new bronzer, but I was just so thrilled and excited to be able to support her brand that I was like, I don't care. I will buy them. She had other products too. She had like cream products. She had lipsticks. She had highlights. A few other things, but these were just the main things that really caught my attention. Oh, she even has mascara and stuff like that. She's got a lot of stuff, so definitely check out her website. But anyways, I also decided to purchase an eyeshadow, so this is also packaged the very same. Look how cute it all is. It's all very cohesive, just different sizes. And so this is the shade Green Scene. It's actually the you know, the green shadow that I have on my eyes today, which is a little bit of brown, very subtly, but pretty much this is the main shadow that I have on my lid. I have some glitter on top I'm going to talk about in a little bit too, but here's what this looks like. Again, this does have a mirror in it, so very luxe packaging. Here's what, let me swatch this. This is a really pretty, kind of a little bit more of a satin matte green. It has a little bit of some gold, like glitter shimmer reflect in it. It's really pretty. It goes on very pigmented as well. Really just, oh, I love this look. I love the way it turned out. It was just a very super simple look because I really just used that shadow for pretty much the whole look, and it was so pretty. But look at, see why I would gravitate towards those shades? Look how pretty they are. So anyways, I rambled on and on about Delu Cosmetics, but it really was just a cool brand that I was very excited about. Of course, I love me some women-owned brands, and I love hearing the stories behind how they got started and things like that, and I just was so excited to support her brand and what she stood for. So anyway, so I do hope you guys, if you're interested, would definitely check her out and show her some love. Alright, since I mentioned it, let's go ahead and move on to the glitters. Of course, I got glitters from NBA Cosmetics. Who else? Love my NBA brand. So I decided to grab some more of their premium glitters. Now, I just made a video all about their premium glitters. If you haven't seen it, I will link it. I did 3 looks using 3 different premium glitters, and then talked all about their premium glitters and things like that. And in that video, I mentioned that they came out with a new premium glitter that I didn't have yet. Well, it turns out they actually came out with 4 new premium glitters, so I wanted to be sure to grab those while I was there. And so that's actually one of the shades that I'm wearing on my eyes today. That's that little pop of sparkle you're seeing. This is the shade 0, and it's super pretty. It's kind of like a mix of some smaller glitters and a little bit more chunky glitters. It's a little bit iridescent, and it looks white, but it also has some gold reflect. As you can see, it's so pretty. So that was 0, and then they also came out with Zinnia, which is a pink holographic. I'm not going to open it up right now because I don't even know if I'll be able to show you very well because I say I'm not going to open up as I'm opening up. But they are going to be changing their packaging, so that's one thing that's kind of a bummer because it will be a little bit more messy than with their other packaging, but they are having issues with like the manufacturer of the packaging of the other premium glitter, so that's why they're switching over. So so this will be what it looks like. It'll just be like a big a jar of the glitter, and it's hard to really see. This looks just plain pink, but it's actually gorgeous holographic pink. It's so pretty. And then we have Disco Ball, which is the one that was sneak peeked on Instagram when I thought there was just one new one. Now this is like a silver, and it has a bunch of different colors in it, like red, green, basically kind of rainbow-y, but it looks mostly silver, and it is a little bit holographic as well, but it's got a mix of a bunch of other glitter colors in it. So pretty. So I cannot wait to put more of these into use. And then they have Unfazed, which is a purple shade. Looks like it's got also some kind of magenta glitter in it, as well as silver, and I do think this kind of has a little bit of a holographic reflect to it as well. So oh, there's blue in there too. So pretty. So I'm really excited. You guys know I love glitter, so I'm really excited about these new premiums. And then also from NBA Cosmetics, they debuted their glitzy glosses at IMATS. So they came out with, I'm pretty sure, 10 shades, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I grabbed all 10 of them because I wanted to be able to do a lip swatch video, and I'll probably maybe do some lip swatch photos to show you guys them all in action, but also because I absolutely love lip glosses. You guys know that. So, and these are so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, I want to show you 2 of them up close, because stay tuned, I'll do another video in the future to show all of them. I'm gonna have to show them to you up close because I don't know if you could really appreciate how stunning they are. This one's the shade Stardust, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but it almost looks neon. It's like a clear with this blue shimmer shift to it, and oh my gosh, it looked neon. Like seriously, in the light it looks neon. And then this one is the shade Confetti, and this one is much more of an actual glitter gloss. So these glitzy glosses are glitter glosses. Not all of them have a chunky glitter. Some of them are more of a fine just shimmer look to them, but some of them actually have chunky glitter, like this one, glitzy or Confetti. The one I'm wearing over top of the lipstick is the shade Venus here, which is a little bit more of a fine glitter and just a little bit of a shimmer color. Oh, those glosses are seriously so pretty. I'm just so excited about them. I can't wait to just watch them all and show them all to you. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. I did end up grabbing some things from Bioderma. This is actually the very last thing I actually ended up purchasing. It wasn't in the plans. I wasn't even thinking I would buy anything from them, but I was walking around with Dee and she wanted to stop at Bioderma. I think she wanted to get some of their micellar water, which she ended up getting a little free sample of it, or yeah, she got this little deluxe sample size of it or travel size of it for free with her purchase, and she gave it to me because I was like, oh, I've never tried Bioderma. I've heard about it, but I've never tried it, and I was like, I don't really want to purchase anything. So she's like, here, I already have like one of these sizes. You can have it to try, and I was like, cool, thanks. But while we were standing there, and like I said, I didn't plan on purchasing anything. I didn't feel like, I'm not big into micellar water. I have the It Cosmetics Miracle Water, and I use that to remove my glitter, but it lasts forever. So I was like, I didn't feel like I needed a micellar water. Well, I didn't know they sold other products. So while I was standing there and she was buying her stuff, I saw this. And this is their hydrating serum. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's like in a different language. Like pretty much everything on here is in a different language. Anyways, but it, I think, oh yeah, so moisturizing concentrate for very dehydrated sensitive skin, generating intense hydration, freshness, and radiance. So, oh, this is in a different language, but I found the English part. And that intrigued me because I do have very dry skin. And so they had a little sample out for me to touch. And so this is what it looks like. And it just pumps out. And she said it's like a hydrating moisturizer, but it also can work as a primer. So that also intrigued me because I'm not big into primers, but if I'm going to use something where I'm going to apply moisturizer to my face anyways, and if it doubles, I was like, that's kind of cool. So it comes out like this. I'm just going to use a little bit because I don't want to waste it. It's kind of expensive. And I did use it today on my face. And it looks like this. It's just like a clear little gel-like consistency. It goes on and seeps into the skin really, really nicely. It does have a little bit of a silicone feel to it, but not like a thick one where like, the reason why I don't like silicone primers is because I feel like they don't fully sink into the skin. They just feel like a layer stuck over, like that's staying over top of your skin. I hate the way that feels, and I always feel like makeup peels up over top of it. But this actually, like right now I can't feel it, but my skin feels smoother after having put this on. Like, so it gives that smoothing effect and hydrating effect, seeps right into the skin, and just felt so good. And so I was like, I want this. Now what's interesting to me is, like, she was telling me about it and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It can be used as a primer. And I was looking at the ingredients because I know it's on here somewhere. I have to look past all the other language stuff. I know there's hyaluronic acid in it and a few other things. And I saw, oh, it has niacinamide in it, which I know is a really good ingredient. Apple seed extract. It does have dimethicone in it, which I do believe is a type of silicone. So that's why I was thinking, like, oh, it has kind of a little bit of a silicone feel, but it's not super like thick and silicone-y. But when I mentioned that to her, she's like, oh no, there's no silicone in it. So maybe I'm wrong in that dimethicone is a type of silicone. I'm not like that ingredient savvy, so I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th ingredient in it. And so I'd imagine that that's part of why it can be used as a primer. It has dimethicone in it. So anyways, that's just something to know. Correct me if I'm wrong if that's not a silicone. I could be totally wrong, but anyways, I really, really like it. I find that it feels really, really nice in the skin, makes my skin feel very, very smooth. I put it on the day I traveled home because it's such a long day of traveling, and the difference, well, for one, just being in the air and on the plane really dehydrates your skin, and then going from like such a different climate from New York and it's so like humid and smoggy to like California where it's like dry, you know, more dry weather and a lot warmer. It really takes a toll on my skin, so I was like, ooh, that'll be a really nice like kind of treat for my skin while I'm traveling, and it was really, really nice. So I really like it. And I'm really, really glad I got it. So, and then because I made that purchase, she threw in this little freebie for me, which is their ultra moisturizing lip balm, and I have already become obsessed with it. I already know I'm gonna want more of this. This feels so good. It's like one of the best lip balms I've ever tried, and it smells so good. It smells kind of like something sweet, maybe like red or pink starburst. I can't quite place the fragrance of it, but it smells really, really good and feels really, really good on the skin. So I'm kind of obsessed with that, and I'm really, really glad that I bought it. I wasn't planning on buying those things, but I am glad that I got them. And I have to admit, even though I wasn't interested in actually purchasing one for myself, I am excited that Dee gave me her little deluxe sample size of this micellar water, because everybody talks about how it's the very best micellar water and it's amazing. And so I'm excited to give it a try and see like what the fuss is all about. Like, is it really worth the hype, you know? So, and the price. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. The last things I have to share with you are brushes. Now, I did mention, I'm pretty sure I mentioned in my video of what I was gonna buy at IMATS, was the main thing that I really wanted to buy this year was not necessarily makeup. I just have so much makeup. A lot of the stuff I purchased was kind of just the makeup items, at least, was like on a whim a little bit, but really what I wanted to get was brushes, so I did do just that. I went over to Stilazzi first, and I pretty much just bought backups of the brushes that I fell in love with that you guys see me use all the time here on my channel. So I bought a backup of the large fluff. I'm not going to bother taking everything out of the package because it's going to take too long, and actually I just remembered that my kids have a minimum day today. They usually get home by 2:10 and it's 2:03 right now, so I'm going to try to speed this up. Alright, and then I purchased two more of their mini crease fluffs, the L217 brushes. They're just little tiny blending precision brushes that I love using, and it's just nice to have backups. I don't always have to clean them right away. I bought another one of the crease blender, the L215. It's just that very fluffy, very soft blending brush that I always like to use in my crease and transition. And then I grabbed the Color Blend, the L211. All these are their natural hair brushes. Those are the ones I like the very best. And it's just like a typical, you know, domed kind of like shader brush. And then this one I didn't have before and I really wanted to try. It's very similar to that dome shader, except for it's just a little bit smaller. So it's the L210. It's just like the same style, but just a little bit smaller for a little bit more detail, if you can tell what they look like. And then lastly from Stilazzi, I grabbed their powder brush, the L316. This one just really called to me. It's really, really beautiful. It's one that I don't believe I have. It's possible I do, but I recently just did a declutter as well as inventory of all my brushes, and I don't recall seeing this brush from Stilazzi in my collection. So when I saw it there, I was like, ooh, I want that. I need that. It's so, so soft. And this one is actually out of its packaging because it's what I use to apply my blush today. It's, oh, I just love it. I'm so happy with it. All right, moving on. I gotta move on quickly. My kids just got home. I did pick up one brush from Smith Cosmetics. I did mention that I was probably going to pick up backups of the 230 and 232 eye brushes that I love and always use on my channel, but since I went to their booth after I had gone to Stilazzi and already picked up so many eye brushes, and I actually have been finding myself reaching for the Stilazzi brushes over my Smith brushes recently, so I kind of just was like, I think I'm going to go ahead and pass on grabbing backups of the eye brushes. I may get more of them in the future. I don't know. They're really great brushes. I love their brushes, but I've been gravitating towards Stilazzi, so I decided to save myself a little bit of money, stick with the Stilazzi brushes I got for now, and then I wanted to try one of their face brushes. I wish I could have picked up more. I would have loved to, but they are so expensive, so I kind of just held off, decided just to grab one brush to try, and that was the Smith 118. I used this for a little bit of contour. It's really, really beautiful. This can be used with foundation and just a variety of things, they said. I feel like maybe this one, or maybe it was another one, they said was actually technically duo fiber. It doesn't look like duo fiber, like in the sense that we know duo fiber, but it is mixed with natural as well as synthetic brush hairs. And I can't remember if it was this one or another brush that we were talking about, but anyways, this is the one that called to me the very most. I just thought it looks like it would be a very versatile face brush, so I really wanted to give their face brushes a try, and that's the one I grabbed. Again, like I said, I would love to try a lot more Smith brushes, but they are very, very pricey, so I was kind of like, ooh, I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. My kids are home now, so I want to kind of try to speed through and finish this up. Thankfully, just a few more products. And so I did grab some brushes from Royal and Langnickel as well, and I talk a little bit more, actually a lot of it more about this in my haul and action video and my experience with them. It was a really cool experience, at least in my opinion, I think it was. So hopefully you guys will find it interesting too. I'm not quite sure. I feel like the video that I filmed, the Chit Chat Get Ready with me for this look today, was maybe a little bit boring because I'm not very good at Chit Chat Get Ready with me, so hopefully you guys still find it enjoyable or interesting, but anyways, I am a little bit worried it might be boring to you guys, but I talk a lot about the brand and the connection I made with the brand manager, I think. Anyways, let me just get to the brushes I picked up. I wanted to try some of the brushes from their kind of, I believe, new Omnia line. These are their more like luxury brushes, a little bit more expensive brushes, and so I picked up the Omnia BOM 32 Stippler. Now this one is duo fiber, but with the natural goat hair down here, and then the synthetic that goes a little bit longer. So this one looks like a duo fiber in more of the traditional sense that most of us know a duo fiber as, except for normally a duo fiber brush has the black hairs and then the white up here, but this is the white goat hair, so that really intrigued me, and so I had to have it. Then I grabbed the Omnia BOM 31, their pointed powder brush. Again, this just looks like another brush that would be really versatile. It's very, very fluffy, as you can see, but comes to kind of a little bit of a taper and a point. This is what I used for bronzing of my face today, and it's so, so soft and lovely. I'm so excited about it. And then I also got the BOM 37, their highlighter brush. It's a really, really fluffy brush for a highlighter. I don't know if I would use it as a highlighter, but it is what I used to like set under my eyes today. It is so incredibly soft, you guys. it's crazy how happy I get over brushes. Brushes just really, like, truly make me happy. especially when they're soft and beautiful and perform really well. So got that one. And then I got 3 eye brushes. 2 of them I used for this look. So I got the BOM 405 brush, which is kind of like a little packing brush. I got the BOM 445 brush, which is a kind of a very long, a little bit pointed, tapered blending brush. And then I got another one. This is a little bit smaller of a blending brush. It's their BOM 430. It looks like this. Still in the packaging. I'm gonna keep it there because I'm running out of time. My camera battery is flashing at me now. So I really got to wrap things up, and that is actually it. That's everything that I purchased at IMATS this year. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing the things I got and hearing a little bit about the brands and why I chose to buy from some of them. Please be sure to stay tuned for my haul in action so you guys can see this look and hear a little bit more about my experience at IMATS. And with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!